Good evening, viewers. This is Chef's Platter, Fairview Hotel. My name is Daniel Makau, Chief Butcher. Last time we did lamb. Today we are going to do beef short loin. Welcome. Okay. This is the piece of beef short loin, aged 21 days. We are going to start with the introduction first of the short loin. What is short loin? Short loin is a piece of meat from the beef. This actually we can say is the back part of the beef, the ribs. So from this side you can see the tenderloin. This is the fillet piece. This is the fillet piece. On this other side we have the sirloin. And here, we are going to cut it into 3 pieces. First part, we are going to get the T-bone steaks. The center part, we are going to get the sirloin steaks. So this part, we are going to debone it. At the head part, we are going to get ribeye on bone. Let's start. I'm using my hand saw. This is hand saw to separate this part. Once the bone is cut, I'm going to use my knife just to cut the meat through. As you can see, this is the part between the legs and the ribs. So it has short ribs where the fillet lies. I'm going to trim it a little bit. These pieces, we are not going to throw them. Actually, they are the best parts, whereby I'm going to trim all the dry parts. Remember, I've told you the meat is aged, so some parts, the outside parts are dry. So I'm going to remove the dry parts, and the pieces inside here, they are the best for the mince. So here also we have the head of the fillet. This is the head of the fillet. Fillet is from here up to the hand, but I'm going to cut it to make a nice piece of T-bone. I'm going to cut it with my machine, bandsaw machine. Here we are. This is a piece of fillet, but just the head. And the other one is the piece of sirloin. So I'm going to separate the fillet and we have the bone here. So I'm going to debone it, clean it nicely, and make some trimmings for mince. Now this is a piece of T-bone. You can see this is the fillet and this is the sirloin part. So T-bone comprises of 2 parts, the tenderloin, which is fillet, and the sirloin. So we are going to trim the extra bone, trim it nicely. We remove the extra fats. to use my machine to break the bone. This is a bone, and another one runs here, it's the short lip. So that's why it's called the T-bone. It's supposed to be, if you see it like this, it's like T. So it's called the T-bone. So here down, we have to make it flat so that it can stand well. And then we trim the dry parts of the fillet. Very nice piece of beef. On the fillet, we have the silver skin, which is very tough. So I'm also going to remove it so that when you are enjoying your fillet, the T-bone to be nice for you. You have to go with it slowly, just down slowly, because if you pull it, it will break because it's a dry skin. Remember, it has been aged for 21 days, so it's dry. So you have to remove it carefully with a sharp knife. Again. We don't want our guests to struggle with the bones, so that's why I'm removing the excess bones. So this is a very nice piece of T-bone. This is a whole one now, waiting to be portioned. So I'll show you how to portion it. Okay, that's the T-bone piece. Now from the center, here, you can see we have this sirloin and very small piece of fillet. This is a tail of a fillet. So we don't cut up to the tail to make the T-bone. We just cut where the fillet is thick nicely so that it can be both sides. So this one, we will debone it. So I will just cut here with my hand saw machine. I was once a carpenter, so that's why I'm going through it nicely. So here we have two parts. This one, we are going to get the sirloin steaks. So we are going to debone it. First, I'm going to shorten it with a bandsaw machine. is a piece of sirloin. Okay. Here we have short ribs. This is a piece of short ribs, which is very good for when you cut it along in between the bones. We are going to get a very nice chop with the bone and the meat for stew. Okay, here we come to the ribeye on bone. Here we are going to make ribeye on bone. I'm going to trim a little bit. There's a certain piece of meat here. I think you can see it. The scapula. This one is from the shoulder part because it's just joint like. So this one is from the shoulder, so we have to remove it. This is the part. This one is the best part. It carries a lot of meat, so I'm going to clean it nicely, then dry parts, and then I cut it small for mincing. You can make stew, you can cut cubes for stew, we can also mince it. So you continue trimming. Shape the bone with the machine. We also have this other bone here. This one we are going to remove to be left. We are going to be left with only this bone, so that when cooked, it will be easy for our guests to eat the fish. See, this is the bone I've removed from the ribeye. See how it looks like now. Now we are going to remove these bones in between the ribs. So you see I've just cut in just under these ribs to be able to remove these bones, which joins the spinal cord. This is the bone. So here we have this. This one is like rubber. It's a muscle which is very tough, so we have to remove it. It's the muscle. Then we continue cleaning. I think you can see the mumbling on this meat. This is what makes the meat very tender and soft. So when aged, the fat outside flows inside the meat to make it more tender. The more it stays, the more it becomes tender. So this is the piece whereby we are going to get the ribeye on bone. So we have 3 pieces there. So I can debone this first so that you get the ribeye. Now this one will be boneless, no bone on this one, the center part. So you get some nice sirloins from here. So here you have to go against the bone so that you don't touch the meat. So when you remove your piece, will be one whole piece without cuttings. So we want to make it, cut it straight to make a it a whole piece. See the bone and the sirloin. This is steak now. So I will just trim it a little bit. This one also will make some very nice ones. So as you can see, here is the sirloin, lean meat, and some fat on top here. It's left like 1 inch, so that when you roast your meat, it's not going to dry up, because it shrinks. The lean meat shrinks, but with this fat, it's the fat which is going to shrink. So at the end of the day, you are going to get your steak nice. On this other side also, as you can see. So these are and this is the bone. So this bone, we are going to remove all these meats. We are going to leave the bone with the minimum red meats for the stock. And these other meats, we are going to clean them nicely, remove the dry skin, and make it mincemeat. So after a short break, we are going to see how to portion the T-bone, the ribeye on bone, and the sirloin steaks. Welcome back to Chef's Platter. This is Daniel Makau, Fairview Hotel. Before the break, I just finished to portion lunch portions of ribeye on bone, sirloin steaks, and T-bone. And now I'm going to show you how to portion them. Now, after portioning, they will be ready for cooking. We are going to start with the sirloins. Normally, sirloins, we portion them at 250 grams each, and T-bone 400 grams. Ribeye on bone, we make it 600 grams. So it's a good, nice piece of beef, which you can also share in 2 people. So let's start with the sirloin. I have my scale here, so I make sure it's exact. And in portioning, we make it like this one is 250, we make it minus or plus 10. So it can be 240, it can be 260, or exactly 250. Like this one of mine is 244. You can see 244. So this is the piece of sirloin, very tender. $254. Sometimes I can cut and see it's like 260, 270. I just remove some fat, extra fat, the fat and the steak, so that I can make it mincemeat. So you see with the one which I'll cut, I'll just cut like 270, so that I can show you how to cut it. Like this one is 285. So the 15 grams, I'm going just to cut it straight, so that I'm not going to interfere with the shape of this portion. So just like this, thin like that. This is like 15 grams, you see. Yeah. This is 250. So we portion it, let's portion it all. So I'm used to portion. So I just portion and I get exact or just slightly bigger or small. Because I've been in this in the butchery for like last 16 years. I've worked with Indians, and now here I am. So it's like I have a scale in between my bones. Actually, it's very difficult for me to miss a portion. Eh? So very well. So from that we have got, you can see, because we portion and then we do recording. So after all this, I'm going to record everything. How many sirloins I've got from that short loin, how many T-bones, how many ribeye on bone, how many trimmings which we can use for burgers, and how many bones. So that, because from the stores I get, like this one was 20 kilos. So from the stores they want to know how many portions I got from this one. So that's what, so you have to count and do recording. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 sirloins. So those are the sirloins. Okay, let's come to ribeye on bone. So this one goes with only one bone. So here I'm going to get approximately like 5 pieces, which are 600 grams each. So we are shaping them very nicely to be attractive. Like this one is 770 grams. So I'm going to remove this bone. I'm going to clean it a little bit here, trim it a little bit to make it 600 grams. So I'm going to use my machine. Today I'm using my machine for many times, because bones of beef are not same like the bones of any other animal, smaller animal like the lamb. So I'm using my machine. So I've removed this one. Here I'm going to clean it a little bit. So you have to check, make sure all the dry skins are removed. Remove all the dry skins. Trim it nicely. So as you can see, we trim it just along the lines of a portion so that we are not going to interfere with the shape. We shape it nicely. This is an art, so you have to have passion. Make sure what you make is nice, even before cooking. For 650, so you have to trim a little bit. Okay, 600. So you can see, nice piece. So that's one. Back to the machine. Remove the dry skins. Remember, when you boil these dry skins, it's not something you can throw it away just like that. You boil it, this is meat, very nice meat. So because we keep it under a certain temperature, that it's not, it can't spoil. It's good meat but dry meat. That's why we call it our aging, dry aging. So we just dry age the meat. Clean it a little bit. Wait. Okay, another one. You can also see the mumbling, fat in between the meat. My machine. Clean the dry skin. another piece. You see, I started from the best part, from the head of, from the T-bone, where the T-bone was, coming to the hand. That's why I started from that side, because of this bone. Because this portion can be a smaller one. So that when you reach here, this one will be like 250 grams. To make sure you get the best part, you have to start from the T-bone part. So this is the hand. Here we are not going to get two portions. Although we have two bones, we are going to get one portion. Okay, the last part. See? Goodbye. So this one, we are going to remove all the meat from it. This is it's not enough a portion. So this meat, we are going to use it for mincing and cubes for stew also. Okay, here we have our T-bone piece. This one we are going to cut it with a machine, just like this piece, 400 grams. Just remove the dry skins if it's a little bigger to make it portion. You have to make it exact so that you don't cheat your guests. So that's one T-bone. You can see the fillet and the sirloin part and the T-shaped bone. Clean them nicely. This is bone dust. When you are cutting with the machine, there's that dust from the bone. Once again, you have to weigh. That's 400 also. It's a little bigger. It's 490 something. So you can trim here to maintain the shape. That's it. Okay, it's a little bigger, so you cut just like here, maintain that shape. So the other one. Okay, this 400. These are a little bigger, so I have to reduce the bone. Okay, those are T-bones. Okay, our beef. This type of beef is called prime beef. We have like 4 types of beef. And this one, to be sure of the portions you are going to get are the best quality, you have to choose the best meat. Like this one is prime cut, the prime beef. We have the commercial standard, the commercial class, we have the standard class, and the prime cut. We also have the Angus beef, which is not, we don't have Angus beef in Kenya because it's like art of breeding cattle, the Angus. So Angus is not one meat, one cattle. It's from crossbreeding of a different kind of breeds of beef. So this one is prime beef. So for with the prime beef, you be sure you get the best cuts, the best meat. So I've told you, we have to count and have in record everything. So here we have 10 sirloins. We have 4 pieces of ribeye on bone, which is 600 grams each. This is 250 grams each. We have T-bones. T-bones is 400 grams each. And T-bones we have 6. So I'm going to trim all these red meats. Or these red meats. So the red meats I'm going to get like from a piece of 20 kilos, you get like 6 kilos of red meat from here. We are going to get 6 kilos of red meat. And the bones, fats, and the dry skins is going to be like 6-7 kilos. So with all that, we are going to make the best profit because it's not cheap. We are buying the best quality meat, very expensive, and we are getting very nice cuts at it's not expensive. You get one like T-bone like 2,700. So you enjoy this meat. Thank you very much. See you again on Chef's Platter. My name's Daniel Makau, Chief Butcher, Fairview Hotel. Thank you.